And we are back now with new developments in this fragile ceasefire in Gaza and the plan for Hamas to return more hostages.
Yeah, just moments ago, actually, a Hamas spokesperson said the latest round of talks are over and they are planning to keep everything on schedule.
NBC News correspondent Yasmin Vossoughian joining us now from Tel Aviv with more. Yasmin, good morning. So just moments ago, really, Hamas wrapping up the latest round of talks about the plan to release more hostages on Saturday.
Yeah.
What more can you tell us?
Yeah, and again, I want to reiterate to you guys, this is the Mideast. These are incredibly fragile negotiations. Things could change on a dime. So while we're hearing at this moment Hamas releasing a statement that they wrapped up talks in Egypt, and then, in fact, they're going to move forward with releasing these hostages come Saturday, things could change. So I want to keep kind of everybody's expectations clear here when we're going into this thing. One of the reasons it seems as if they are now willing to release the hostages come Saturday is the ask for humanitarian aid. If you remember the three reasons in which they pointed out as to why they were withholding the release of the hostages, one of them was humanitarian aid. One was free passage of Palestinians from the south to the north, and there was other reasons as well, and continued shelling and shooting inside Gaza. We are now seeing hundreds of trucks lined up at the Rafah border crossing. Remember, that is in Egypt. That is one of the major crossings into Gaza. I would say the biggest crossing into Gaza. We have not heard word as to whether or not those trucks have been able to make it into Gaza as of yet. Right now, they are still at the Rafah border crossing on the Egypt side, waiting to go in. We're talking about caravans, mobile homes, tents, bulldozers as well. These were the asks of Hamas. Hamas also saying these were actually laid out in phase one of the ceasefire deal as being required to be provided for the Gazans as they begin to rebuild. We reached out to the Prime Minister's office amidst all of this to get a statement, because they are now saying that actually no aid is allowed in through the Rafah border crossing. To be clear, we have seen continued aid and trucks going in through the Rafah crossing throughout this entire phase one of the ceasefire. However, that was food and water. It wasn't necessarily these real rebuilding materials and caravans and mobile homes. So we're still trying to get clarity on that at this moment. But again, an incredibly tenuous moment as we await to see what comes next in getting this aid into Gaza, guys.
Yasmin, let's talk a little bit more. You mentioned some of the supplies, the tools needed to do this, but what does the rebuilding process look like? What are Palestinians saying as they return to where their homes once were?
So it's twofold. First and foremost, we've heard about this coalition that's being built amongst the Arab countries like the UAE, Qatar, Egypt, Jordan, obviously, King Abdullah being in Washington just 2 days ago as well. Egypt kind of laying out this very rough plan of what the rebuilding process would look like, maintaining the fact that Palestinians must remain inside Gaza in spite of what the president has said, that Palestinians should leave and the U.S. occupy Gaza. That plan would look a little bit like a 3 to 5 year rebuilding period. They would start in the south and they would move north. We're going to hear more details on that plan next week, they said, because there's going to be a convening of the Arab countries to talk about that. But for Gazans inside Gaza, right, they have said repeatedly they want to remain inside Gaza. This is their homeland. This is where they live. And they want to rebuild after the massive amount of destruction that we have seen, especially in the north of Gaza, where the majority of the war has taken place. Let's take a little listen to some of the Palestinians that spoke to our brave team on the ground in Gaza, and then we'll talk on the other side.
We really don't want anything other than what was agreed upon and to live in peace.
First of all, we hope this crazy war ends forever. But if this prisoner exchange fails between the Palestinian resistance and Israel, the suffer will come back, the hunger will come back, the fear will back, and we don't know what will happen.
Today we are waiting to Hamas continue this agreement and never come back to war.
So again, I think we're going to be looking for that humanitarian aid to come in, especially kind of the bulldozers, the caravans, the tents that they desperately need. I mean, if you think about the images that we've seen coming out of North Gaza, they don't have roofs over their heads, right? And we've had pretty bad weather here over the last 72 hours or so. And so those are desperately needed. But then the rebuilding process, for that to begin, they need those materials to get across the border as well. So again, fragile, tenuous, can't think of it. Another word to describe kind of what we're going through here right now, guys.
And just absolutely critical resources, as you outlined there. Thank you so much, Yasmin.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.